welcome back to the Bobby Dupre Show, the third quarter of a four-quarter program, and we course, those quarters, I don't know. I don't think we get a real quarter. I think
about
we
17 cents. I think
we're not getting a quarter worth. But anyhow, let's get on to some good programming. And of course, what makes it all possible is the good sponsors we've had for years. And here they go.
Carl's Thrifty Way. Talk about one of our long-term sponsors, Carl's Thrifty Way. Get your medicine prescriptions filled, and if you're looking for stuff even over the counter, you know, you can go over there and you can get, like me, when the doctor said you got to take a little prescription steroid, and you got to take a little bit of some antihistamines you can buy over the counter. Breaks that up, make it easy for you to take. Go by Carl's, they'll help you out. They say the generic prescriptions to make your pocketbook feel a little bit better. You file it with your insurance for you. If you haven't met your deductible, at the end of the year, you go by to give you a printout of all the stuff you bought so you can go file it then on your insurance, get all that good money back that you paid for anyway. So go and get your payment back. But they also got great gifts. You know, it's graduation time. You're looking for home decorating ideas, gifts for graduates. Confirmation, I think, is in 2 weeks for one of my kids. Like a graduation, confirmation, you name it. Go get gifts over there at Carl's Thrifty Way. And one more, let's go with LHC Group. Man, I ate lunch yesterday with Mr. Harold Taylor, one of the founders of LHC Group. Home health care needs. Of course, Harold likes to tell the story about knowing about needy people in the little Palmetto rural community that couldn't get good health care, couldn't get good home service because, you know, Palmetto basically is far away from all the other big towns. And so they started a rural home health care system to try to bring health care into people's homes. And now LHC Group's on the Fortune, traded on the New York Stock Exchange and all over the country. Go by, they can help you out with therapists, if you need nurses, if you need equipment at your home, if you need hospice care, palliative care, they've got that type of thing as well. Louisiana Healthcare Group, all about helping people.
Well, and that's your second, that's your second one. I commented a while ago about South Louisiana Community College.
Yes, sir.
And on the front page of the Friday edition of the Daily Advertiser is for graduate, toil gives way to success. And the story, the article is actually about a young lady, and I'll get her name now.
Elizabeth
Babin, and not Lale Babin's daughter. And I've never, maybe he goes by a nickname that I should know. The father is, according to the article here, is Lawrence Babin. And this is a story about a young lady that it took 12 years for her to get her degree in nursing from South Louisiana Community College. She would take maybe a semester and then have a child. I think she has 3 children and she's expecting another child. And between all of the raising of the children, she never lost her goal of achieving her license, and she plans on attending, this is like a 2-year college. Now she plans on attending and getting a higher degree in nursing. So I guess what I'm trying to say here, here's a young lady that could have easily said, well, I've got these children, I'm gonna get me a little job, and instead of getting a nursing degree, I'll just work as an aide in the hospital. And of course, when you start talking about working the rest of your life and the difference in pay, it pays to kind of work hard, but a lot of times you lose sight of that. Her daddy says that he was confident that someday she would get the degree that she received last week. And she, of course, also earned one of the local attorney in Lafayette, Glenn Armentar's scholarship fund. It's a anyhow, the Glenn Armentar Scholarship, we've talked about it a number of times. Glenn does a tremendous amount of good for the community and was recently awarded a special award for his generosity.
Pay it forward.
Pay it forward. So anyhow, her husband, Colin, is also a person that puts in a lot of time because he's the manager of one of the Mama's Fried Chicken. I think it's the one that Arlene and Don Fisher
On Landry Street.
On Landry Street. I think that's the one. But regardless, it's one or the other. The other is in the shopping center on the south end of town, right near our Piggly Wiggly sponsor on the program here. So anyhow, I've never met this beautiful young lady, never met her, but it's a good story, and there's a lot of these good stories out there. And so if you have a goal, don't just let one or two little instances turn you away from the completion of that goal. It can happen for you and to you. And of course, in a few days, I'll be presenting scholarships at Opelousas High School that I've been doing since 1968. So anyhow, I'll try to put back in the community. God has been real good to me and my family and my friends, I might add. Chamber president resigns. A long-time head of the Opelousas St. Landry Chamber of Commerce, Frankie Bertrand.
You and I had heard about it last week, but we hadn't talked to Frankie yet, so we wanted to wait until we talked with her and visited with her.
I called her, and things are happening over there, and she was in a good mood. There was nothing came out of her mouth that she was disappointed in the way it happened. I'm sure she would have preferred it maybe ending slightly different. But retirement is retirement. And in fact, I saw her Tuesday at Kelly's Diner having lunch with her daughter and her grandson. So she already looks more, well, she always relaxed. I mean, she attended, I complimented. I said, Frankie, we're going to have, I guess, a new chamber president to lead us. I'm sure they will. And hopefully they can take off from where you left it. You've brought our chamber a long, long ways. 25 years of service to the Opelousas St. Landry. It's the Opelousas St. Landry chamber.
She started almost the exact same time I went to work with you. I mean, it was almost, I remember meeting her as the chamber, new chamber president.
Born and raised in the Opelousas area, graduate of Opelousas School, attended T.H. Harris Vocational. I heard her say that before.
Proud of it, very proud that she's a product of Opelousas and out of here.
That's correct. So, Frankie, to you and your family, nothing but good health. And if you choose to get back into something else, you're going to make somebody, like the old Cajun use, a good hand.
How about one more sponsor? Dixie Storage, all your storage needs. Dixie Storage has locations around the whole parish. Port Barre, Opelousas, and Washington come to mind. If you want to put little bitty things in, big RVs that got to be plugged in, air conditioning units, just hot units, little bitty things to put little bitty gear in, big old things to put big sofas and furniture in. They got all that for you. They also can do inventory control for you. Don't forget about the reception hall in Port Barre, the McCormick Center, which has a full kitchen, can accommodate up to 300 people for events with plenty of good concrete parking. And they also have their sister company, A+ Glass, with locations in Opelousas and in Lafayette. And that's all your glass needs, from inspections on the littlest 18-wheeler to the biggest Toyota car.
Let's go over. We don't have many pictures this week.
We don't have a lot, but we got some.
Well, we got some.
Let's go right now. How about this gentleman?
Oh, Lordy. Look at my little buddy right here, Mr. John LaFleur, who was an educator by, I guess, profession and
I think still
occupation.
Is. I think he still teaches, doesn't he? I think so, no?
I don't know.
I think so. Yeah.
I don't know.
He's got a wonderful cookbook. If you get a chance to get his cookbook,
but two
beautiful.
of them.
I like to say, John Folse is famous for making these beautiful cookbooks with all the great photos. He got nothing on John's. John's book is as nice as any I've ever seen.
Are you listening, John Folse? Do you know the competition you have
competition
out of Grand Prairie, Washington, Louisiana, Ville Platte? I'm not sure which one. He probably claims heritage from Ville Platte down to Washington.
He had come to give me a book. So I want to give you a book for you to promote it. I said, I want to buy it. And he told me how much it was. I went, okay. So I paid it. And I didn't see the book. Yeah. I paid. And when he come back with the book, I'm like, holy smokes, you talk about nice.
No, it was nice.
Really nice. nice.
I cherish mine
yeah.
at the house, I'll tell you.
And then that's outside the palace. I see they got a flower garden. Mm-hmm. How much mail they get in that mailbox?
I
It looks
don't
kind of
know.
small.
I check it to see if there's any quarters or anything in there.
They don't put any quarters in?
No, they don't put any quarters in there.
And that's the golf course out on Ducharme. No, it's not the golf course. That's your front yard, I think.
Front yard. That's the pond in the front.
That's the water hazard. You got to be careful not to drop your golf ball in there.
And putting some fresh water. You know, we had that, I guess, 3 to 5 week, literally no rain, and needed to put some fresh water in the pond. And that's the back pond, and the seating area, and just like I said, God's been good to this little old boy from Plaisance, Louisiana.
Back at the palace?
This is back at the palace, and this is the Pete family. I said, can I take a picture of you all? I saw you all visiting, and I said, I've seen you before, and he's a local from the Leonville area. So he said his first name, but he says, just call me Pete. So he's Pete and she's Lisa, and that's his wife. And a real nice couple. Thank y'all for visiting with me. And this is Walt Fithian. And I suppose that's his 2 daughters. But
must be.
If not, it's
right.
1 daughter and a friend. You know, they usually have a friend with them. But they gone to a softball game in the, I think it was the Kaplan area. And a lot of the teams today are, and I'm not saying that this is one of those teams, but most of the teams that are still playing in these league plays, they kind of like a pickup team. They take members from different teams.
Like what they call an all-star team?
Yeah, something. They hated to use that all-star, but what it is. And anyhow, very nice. And of course, I know Mom and Daddy. Wally, and can't think of his mama's name, but see her around all the time.
And there's Bubba Dewey getting a haircut.
Yep, last week I had gone in, if you remember, I peeped in and told her I was coming back. So Saturday morning, got me a fresh haircut. You can't hardly tell it on the program here.
Oh, this is back.
And this is back at the Breeze Donut Store, shop in the Kelly Cormier shopping mall. And this is one of the sandwiches they offer for sale. So it's not just donuts. They have a variety of sandwiches for breakfast. And then this is at the Citgo station after Mass on, I guess, Sunday. Yes, after Mass and Sunday at Immaculate Conception in Washington. Speaking with Charlie Bill. Charlie Bill Swallow. And he knew your daddy. He used to hunt with your daddy. He said, they were members of one of the first hunting clubs officially formed in St. Landry Parish.
I guess that would have been Vise in those days, the Vise Hunting Club. Would
Up
have
at
been
2 o'clock?
Very old.
Not 2 o'clock.
Toward Bayou Jack and all back there, way back there.
Right. And he was a constable for about 15 years and well known in the area. And thank you for visiting with me. And of course, turned out I knew his first wife, who's still working at Opelousas General, Betty Swallow.
And you know what I got? I have no other photos.
How about that? That
was a
real
quick one this week.
Quick one. We want to remind everybody that you still have an opportunity to buy those bricks that are being sold for the St. Landry Parish Veterans Memorial. It's turning out beautiful. They still have place for more. They still could help your contribution. It's $50 a brick, and it covers a little area, and they want to cover a nice, beautiful walkway.
And you can call Pat Mason-Gilroy at the St. Landry Parish School Board. You can hunt her down there, and she's doing a great job with it.
And as well as a number of other volunteers, all on volunteers. There's no paid help on this project at all. It's all volunteer help.
And I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're getting right up against the break. We're going to see you folks on the other side of 1 minute for the last quarter.